Students, I hope all of you are doing well. In today's session, we are going to be continuing from where we had left off in the previous one. We had discussed what is the meaning of cube, and from our simulation, we try to understand how the cube is actually denoting the volume of a larger cube with the edge length of that number. Okay, today we are going to be discussing regarding some interesting patterns and properties of cube. But before we move into that, let us discuss some questions, some simple quiz questions from the previous topic. All right. Now let us discuss some quiz question. We understood what a cube is and all. Remember. Okay. Here you can visualize the cubes by looking at our 3D simulation models. Okay. All right. 3 cube. It has 27 cubic units, right? Similarly, 4 cubes. 4 cube means 4 times 4 times 4. That is, it is having 64 unit cubes inside it. All right. Now, let us have some questions. What is the cube of the number 3? Remember, 3 times 3 times 3. Okay. So 3 times 3 times 3, when multiplied with itself 3 times, okay, the number will be 27. Okay. So let us select 27. Okay, let us move on to the next one. Which of these is not a cube number? Which of these is not a cube number? Okay, remember, a cube number is formed by a number which is multiplied with itself 3 times. So which of these numbers cannot be formed by a number multiplied by with itself 3 times? That is 16. We can't multiply a number 3 times with itself and make it 16, because 1 can be, 1 is a cube number, because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 8 is also a cube number, that is 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. 125 is also a cube number, that is 5 times 5 times 5. But if you look at 16, 16 is not a cube number. All right. Next, the volume of a cube with edge length 5 centimeters. Again, remember, volume essentially means we are going to be cubing that number. Length times breadth times height. Okay, since all of these three are same in case of a cube, so we are going to be multiplying 5 with itself 3 times. 5 cube, that is 5 times 5 times 5, that is 125 centimeter cube. If the volume of a cube is 64 centimeter, what is its edge length? Now think of a number in such a way that if we cube it, if we multiply that number with itself 3 times, we are going to be getting 64. 8 times 8 times 8, is it 64? No. 16 times 16 times 16, no. It's option B, C and D, they are becoming too huge. Now if I try 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, because 4 times 4 is 16 and 16 times 4 is 64. So 4 is going to be the answer. Last question. What is the next cube number after 125? Now 125, we just now discovered that 125 is a cube of 5. 5 cube is 125. Now 6 cube is how much? 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 6 is 216. So the answer is option D. Let us check the answers if we are correct. Yes, we all of the answers that we just now discussed are correct. All right. Now let us move on towards our next topic of today. Now let us talk about some fascinating cube patterns. Okay. Again, we have our 3D simulation model, which will make our job easy to understand these cube patterns. Okay. Now observe this intriguing pattern of sums of odd numbers. Sums of odd numbers starting from 1. Now 1 is 1, that is 1 cube. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, that we have on the left hand side model, you can see. Okay, that is 1 cube. Now the second pattern you can see. Now when we add up the next 2 odd numbers after 1, okay, let me just write down a string of odd numbers here. 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, then 19, and so on. Okay, now the first odd number just now we discussed. If I group the next 2 odd numbers, addition of them will give us 8. If I add 3 and 5, it gives us 8, that is 2 cube. Okay, let us check that from our model. See, okay, how beautiful it is illustrated. Now, in order to watch it even in a better way, okay, let us switch on the explode view. Yes, now we can count. The green ones represent the number 3 and the red one represents the number 5. You can count the green one. There are how many green cubes? 3 green cubes, and let me rotate. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 red cubes. Understood the pattern? Okay. Now, if I bring them together, you can see how beautifully they form 8. That is 2 cube. Okay. Let's go to the next cube. Okay. Odd number. The next 3 odd numbers, that is 7, 9, and 11. Okay. 7, 9, and 11. Okay. 7, 9, and 11. Now, if I add 7, 9, and 11, I get the number 27. That is 3 cube. Okay. Let's check it out. Let's check it out by using explode view. Yes. Now you can see. All right. The green one represents the number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You can count. How many red cubes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 red cubes are there. That means that they represent the number 9. And how many blue cubes are there? You can see 9, 10, and 11 blue cubes are there. Okay. So 7 plus 9 plus 11. Together they make the number that is 27. Now when I turn off the explode view, if I bring all these unit cubes together, you can see how beautifully they rearrange themselves to form the cube of 3. Similarly, let us go on to the next one. Okay, let me clear out some of these writings. Okay, yeah. Now, similarly, if the pattern goes forward, now we are going to be taking the next 4 odd numbers, addition of, or the sum of the next 4 odd numbers, that is 13, 15, 17, and 19. Together, they're going to be forming 64, the number 64, which is the cube of 4. Isn't this a really interesting pattern? Now, let us go on to our 3D model and try to find it out and try to understand even in a better way. Okay. So here you can see green, red, blue, and pink. The green represents the number 13. Okay. Red represents 15. Blue represents 17, and the pink one represents 19. Now, let us use our explode view option and try to separate out everything so that you can easily count all the numbers in real time. Okay. So here you can see how many red ones are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 red ones. The green ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 green ones. Now, how many pink ones? 1, 2, 3, and then another 16. That is 19. All right. And how many blue ones? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then, yeah, 17. 17 blue ones. So here you can see the numbers 13. The green one stands for 13. The red one stands for 15. We have 15 unit cubes. Now, blue one 17 unit cubes. And the pink one we have 19 unit cubes. Now, if I turn off the exploding view and I bring all these cubes together, you can see slowly how beautifully they have now represented a big cube with all the edges as 4 units. So that means the volume is 64 cubic units, 4 cube. Okay. All right. So understood this pattern. Similarly, we can take the next cube. This is going to be 21, 22, 20. Okay, let me first erase all of these writings. Okay, the next pattern is formed by taking the next 4 batch of odd numbers after 19. That is 21, 23, 25, 27, and 29. Sorry, 5 numbers. Okay, so again, if I turn on the exploding view, okay, you can easily count how many numbers are present, right? Okay, all of the individual unit cubes you will be able to count. Okay, and this pattern is going to be continuing forever and ever. All right, so that will be all for today's session, students. I hope you enjoyed today's session. All right.